What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sarkis Unlocked. I've had CEOs, real estate agents, business owners, entrepreneurs on this show, but today I have the pleasure of having the most important person in my life, my wife, Jovie Sarkis, joining us. She promised to be nice, but she's going to give you guys a front row seat on a day in the life of George Sarkis as a CEO and how we're able to manage a household, being loving parents, and much more. Stay tuned. Jovie, thanks for coming on. I never really call you Jovie unless I'm mad at you, so I'm going to probably stick to Babe throughout this episode. But I wanted to do this because everyone sees the business, but they don't actually see the person behind it and the person in you who makes this all possible. So I'd kind of like to, show people who my better half is, let them get to know you. They'll probably get to know me a little better. And that's all. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for finally having me.
Of course. Are you nervous?
A little bit, but I'll be fine.
You'll be good. We're just going to have a conversation.
Great.
We do this every single day.
Yes, we do.
Twice on Sundays.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll start from the beginning.
Okay.
We can leave some of the details out.
Yeah, we'll leave a little bit of it out.
Just the dynamic of you and I when we first, started dating, and really the fact that there is a photo out there somewhere where your mother is holding you at 3 months old or 2 months, and my mother is
I have the photo on my phone.
And my mother's holding me at 3. I'm a month older than you, pretty much. So, and that's because our parents came from Lebanon. And, it was a very tight-knit community. Everyone knew each other, same villages. And we always knew each other. We would see each other at family parties, church events, everything. And kind of tell me exactly how this all, started. Do you remember the first time I asked you out?
Well, before that, it was like a weird dynamic. It was like we're family friends, but like where is this going? So it was weird.
I agree.
It was very weird.
I agree.
So the first time you asked me to go to lunch, it wasn't like a on a date thing.
It wasn't a date.
No, you were like testing the waters.
Yeah.
Right?
You were at Northeastern.
I was at Northeastern.
I was at Suffolk.
Yep. And you asked me to go to Emmett's.
Emmett's in Beacon Hill.
Yeah.
On Beacon Street.
Yeah, we had lunch. And then you
I remember the exact table we sat at, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm sure you do.
One thing people will realize throughout this episode is that my memory is a tad bit better than yours. Yeah. Yep. So we went
to Emmett's. It was very just like casual, very, what's the word? Kind of like formal a little, no?
I wasn't dropping F-bombs and,
No.
We weren't having our normal conversations, of course.
No, it was more like a friendly, appropriate, professional lunch.
Obviously, if it was weird for both of us, I didn't really know where it was going.
Well, we didn't really know where we were at. Yeah,
correct. We were just doing...
It was just a friendly lunch.
A harmless, friendly lunch.
We went to Emmett's, and then I remember you taking me to... you took me to...
21 Beacon.
Yes.
Abdo was there. That's the first time you probably ever met Abdo in your life.
I think so. You showed me your studio.
Yep.
And then...
With our 2 futons.
Yep. And then we went up to the roof deck, where we would later get engaged on.
Correct.
Yeah. But then you walked me to the train station, I remember.
Park Street, right down the hill.
Yep. And then we went our separate ways.
Yeah. So we went on I had lunch with you again, I believe.
Did we?
And then the real first date, I would say, was the Red Sox game.
Yes.
You still have the ticket stub, don't you?
July 28th.
So our first real date was Red Sox game, July 28th, 2000, who knows, long time ago. And that's when I actually, this is a story not many people really know, but I had tried to figure out a way to invite you. And I had told you that I had 2 tickets and Manny was supposed to go to the game.
Yep.
And he bailed last minute, even though I had went and purchased 2 tickets to invite you.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, I happen to have an extra ticket. You want to go? And you said yes. We went to the game. But what was crazy is you had told me that my dad knows I'm going to the game. You have to park at his gas station, which was across the street from Fenway Park. So I was like, oh, okay. For those who don't know your dad, he has a gun that is hanging on his staircase, and he used to be a butcher. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I came to your house once, and he was literally slaughtering a pig in the back. So anyways, we're driving to the game. You're in the car with me, I believe.
Yes, I think I picked you up.
You picked me up or I picked you up, but I was driving regardless.
Yeah.
And we're going to park.
Yes.
And we're a little late for the game. Mm-hmm. And your dad has all the cars parked as like a puzzle. Fit as many cars as possible in the lot.
Yeah.
And he talks very fast. Shout out Wally. Love you, Wally. And he goes, you back it up and put it right in the corner over there. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I had to translate Wally talk
and
to you.
You were like, my dad just wants you to park right there. So I was like, okay. The spot's like this.
Yeah, I remember.
The car just fits right in. I think I have to let you out first because both doors won't open.
Yep.
So I back it up. I almost, completely total a G63. And I think there was a Bentley to the right of me. They were both, I saw both of them just be destroyed. But I got in, sweating. And we're walking. I get out, I say, hi, how are you, Wally? Blah, blah. We walk across the street. And I think for the first time in my life, I didn't speak for 4 minutes. And you looked at me and you go,
I asked you why you were pale.
are you okay? You look very pale. I go, don't ever do that again. I go, that was very scary. And then the rest was history. I snuck you into a bar. We drank 3 olives, cherry, and Sprite.
Like 18 or something?
Yeah, 3 olives, cherry, and Sprites.
That was our drink of choice at the time.
Yes, nasty.
Gross.
And then, we end up dating for
5 years before we
5 years, and then we got married. What do you remember most about the Harbor Tower days?
Honestly, those were the best times living in Harbor Towers.
For those who don't know, that's the first place Jovie and I lived together, old school.
It was the first time I had lived outside of the house.
Yeah, Lebanese family can't live together until you're married. And that's the first time we got to experience living together. And we had to do it in 710 square feet.
Yep.
So those were some of the best days. Was it hard going from living apart to suddenly sharing 700 square feet? Be honest.
I mean, I think for me it was hard in 2 different ways. It was hard because it was the first time I left my childhood home. I didn't even live away at school. I drove from my house, to college. And then, so first time living away from my house, and then first time obviously living with a guy. I mean, I had known you, we got married, known you very well, but living with you was something completely different. And that was the first time you and I lived together.
And this was my place to myself.
It was your place to yourself, so it was very bachelored out. It was
big leather couch.
Which was actually very comfortable, that stayed.
Yeah, this is a lot. 100 people slept on it throughout the years.
Yeah. So it was mentally hard for me at the beginning, just missing home and then, having a new living situation. But looking back at it now, it was some of the best years of our life.
100%.
Yeah.
What can you remember were some of the things that we used to stress about back in the day, living there, while we lived there, in the apartment?
I mean, I feel like the things that we stressed about living there are just things that we wish we had now, I think. I don't even know if we were so young. What did we even stress about? I feel where are we eating dinner tonight? Or
do you remember what the go-to was?
Pasta Beach.
Pasta Beach.
Yeah. Or like, which
They
friends
reopened,
are
it was never the same.
No, it wasn't. Or like, which friends are we gonna squeeze in, or like to hang out with? Just like things that.
No, there were other stresses, babe. For you, maybe.
Well,
The
besides
fact-
like money and
Not
stuff
money,
like
but the
that.
fact that I worked Friday, Saturday nights,
yeah,
which
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
get
yeah.
into.
Yeah,
you know,
we'll get into.
We'll get
that's
into
a different.
that.
That's a whole different situation.
If we had to go back to living in Harbor Towers tomorrow, who would struggle more, me or you?
Oh gosh, you.
Why?
700 square feet?
Yeah, we could do it, babe.
You want a 700 square foot closet for your shoes? You are living in that place.
We could manage, babe. We could
I
figure
would
it out.
manage for sure. You would struggle a little bit. You would need a lot of breaks, a lot of you time.
Let's get into managing the different Georges through the years.
This is funny.
What are the differences? In Harbor Towers, it was Nightlife George. We had Healthy
Yeah.
Life Snacks.
Yeah.
I used
Also,
to,
Harbor Towers, Manny and Amanda used to live above us too. We used to live in the same building,
yes.
which was great too.
So when you and I had our disagreements, you would go up.
No, when you
People would go down.
when
but-
you used to like promote, me and Amanda would hang out. It was
I remember
It was
one
easy.
of the best days I can remember from Harbor Towers, which is weird because it was the winter, was the
Oh, the
snow day.
snowstorm when we had
a
to-
snowstorm. We went to the Rose Wharf,
no, but then we walked to the north end.
Boston Harbor Hotel.
Yeah.
Went into the bar there, which was like definitely that winter cozy vibe.
Yeah.
And then we walked
To Brico,
to the north end.
which was like the only restaurant that was open
Yeah.
during. It was a bad snowstorm. I remember.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And I
That's fun.
remember the Boston Marathon. You were gone, but I was hanging out with Manny and Amanda upstairs. The marathon bombings.
You were there.
Yes, you were away with but like I was like nervous to be alone in my apartment, so I went upstairs and I hung out with Manny and Amanda. Like we're in this together. Like what if he gets in the building? So obviously you've been with me from the beginning, from promoting to Healthy Life, to real estate.
Yes.
What are the differences between me working in the nightlife BBP days versus CEO of the Sarkis team and in real estate?
I mean, you've always been a very hard worker, promoting, selling houses, no matter what, or selling peanuts, delivering peanuts.
The nut man.
The nut man. Like you've always just like devoted a lot of your time to whatever you were doing or are doing now. But promoting, you were gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sometimes Wednesdays. You would pick up Wednesday nights at what's the place?
District?
District.
Oh, no, we did mini bar. I think that was Mondays.
Yeah, sometimes Monday. So sometimes you
Little
would have
pop
like
up every now and then.
6 out of the 7 days where you would be gone from like 9 p.m. until
2 a.m.?
2 a.m. Sometimes like later. So I mean that was tough because I would have you for dinner for about 2 hours on a weekend.
While people were texting me.
While people were texting
Can
you.
I
Like,
get
hey,
a
can
table?
You get me in, like whatever. So I mean that was tricky for us. And then you kind of, when we had Isabel, I think you realized like I can't be doing this anymore. Like,
Do you think my presence and like me being present, I know that's like a big topic, is like you're there but you're not there sometimes. Do you feel like you have me? Do you feel like I'm more present on the weekends now, obviously?
oh yeah,
than
yeah.
I was back then?
For sure. Yeah, I mean we couldn't like go to or do anything together.
I mean,
on
we would
weekend
take
nights.
nights off every now and then. so.
Yeah, for sure.
What's something people think about me publicly that is completely different privately?
Oh. I think that a lot of people probably don't realize that you actually have a softer side than you like to show.
So you're saying I'm soft?
No. Not like you're a softie. I feel like in like work or like when you're, doing deals, you don't really show you don't show your vulnerable side very much.
I feel like that's improved a little more over the years, but
Yeah, I mean, I do definitely see that more at home than you probably show to like your colleagues and, you know, your clients. But I think people don't realize that you actually have a very emotional side to you, and not just in the like I'm angry side.
I'm a very emotional person.
You are, but you don't. Yeah, but you don't show the like sentimental, emotional version of you.
What's something that entrepreneurs, spouses, deal with that nobody really talks about? Like being a business owner, you know, being an entrepreneur. What is something that, you know, most people don't talk about? That you guys have to deal with? And it's not like really deal with it, but like
it's a different lifestyle.
It's a different lifestyle.
Sure.
That if I had a 9 to 5.
Well, I was gonna say, I think that a lot of people don't realize like your work doesn't stop when you come home. You know, you wake up, you're working, you leave work, you leave your office, you come home. Like you may have like an hour or two where like if you decide to put your phone away, and you can because of like whatever is going on with your day, but you still have work to do when you come home. And that's tricky. I mean, we have 2 girls. They have their own schedule, you know, sports and gymnastics and whatever, and then family life, and then between, you know, you and I, it's hard with time management. And I think that's the biggest thing that people don't realize is that you always are on call, even when we're away. So.
And it's becoming harder for me to pick up that phone. Nothing against you, but like Isabel.
Oh, Isabel's calling you out hard now.
Yep. Isabel, Dad, are you paying attention?
I know, she's been calling you out.
What did I just say, Dad? And like now I'm like, you know, you get on Instagram sometimes and you see these like reels or like these like quick little like clips. It's like, you're going to miss these days. Like, don't like not pay attention now because you're going to miss something important. And it has like these sobby stories. I'm like, damn, am I that guy? I'm like, no. Am I that guy in the movies that like doesn't And I'm like giving myself some grace because I get very guilty, especially when Isabel calls me out.
Yeah.
But that is definitely a big challenge.
It is
you know, and I give you all the credit in the world. I would never be able to do what I do without you. You are truly, I say this in every post I put up, we are just coming off Mother's Day, even though I don't know when this thing goes out, but, you know, you are the backbone of the family. Without you, none of this is possible. I said it from the beginning. I'll say it right now. You are the best mother.
Aww.
You do an amazing job with the girls. You know, we definitely, I think the hardest thing about being married and starting a family is, you know, you have 2 different people who come from 2 different households who were raised completely differently. Obviously, there's some, you know, common ground, but overall, you know, the way your parents... And we're
just different people also.
And we're different people, so it's like, how do we mesh that together?
Right.
2 personalities. You're super stubborn. I'm super stubborn. Our kids are super stubborn.
Oh my gosh.
That's the common one, I think, amongst all both families. But just like, how do you mesh it together?
Yep.
You know, I see things sometimes that I think I, you know, can offer, you know, more support than you. And then mainly you are the supporting cast MVP for a lot of the other things. But definitely you're the MVP of raising the kids, doing everything else. But before that, like...
No, you got to give yourself a little bit more credit.
I'll give myself some credit, but like one thing I would say is that what people know about you are definitely the smarter one in the relationship.
It depends on what kind of smart you're talking about.
I say this all the time. I didn't get B's, and it's not even because I got A's. People that love that quote. I didn't get A's, and it's not because I got B's. You know, were a great student. You went to Northeastern.
I did, yep.
Shout out.
Huskies.
Go Huskies. Quick question, way off topic. Can you name one?
Oh, no, I can't.
One player that went to the NBA?
I have no idea.
From Northeastern. He went to Northeastern. There's a building named after him.
At Northeastern?
No, in the city of Boston. His first name's Reggie.
Reggie Bush?
No, not Reggie Bush.
I have
Reggie
no idea.
Lou. There's a center.
Reggie
The Reggie Lou.
Lewis.
Yeah, Reggie Lewis. The Reggie Lewis. But that's not the one I was thinking about. I was thinking about J.J. Barea, who actually married, I believe, like Miss Universe or something, or Miss Puerto Rico. But he went to Northeastern.
Oh, okay.
He played with Bobby Kelly, Manny's friend.
Oh, I know Bobby Kelly.
He didn't play in the NBA, though. But so you went to Northeastern for 4 years or 5 years? You did the 5 years.
I got my master's there.
You got your master's there, so
Yeah.
that's another thing. She has her master's. I always play around and mess and say I'm going to just get a diploma.
You clearly don't need it.
I can go back one day.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I want to.
But you went to Northeastern. You then started to teach for, I remember picking you up some days in Boston, right around Chinatown, Miss Benjamin. You worked for Miss Benjamin as a teacher's assistant.
Yep.
And then you were a teacher in the Chelsea Public School
Yep.
for how many years?
7 years?
7 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the toughest job, way tougher than this, is teaching kids in, you know, a tough environment who come from tough backgrounds. You were so passionate about it.
Yeah, I loved it.
So you have that as your career, and then you stopped everything when Isabel was born.
Yes.
And that is, you know, a very difficult thing to do. I definitely don't believe in the stay-at-home mom, because you run the fucking home. Like, there's no stay. You work the home. You run the operation, which people who don't know Isabel and Sylvie could be tougher than running this whole company. You know, they have different asks every single day. And I just want to, you know, say that I commend you so much for doing that. You can go back whenever you want, obviously, you know that.
I'm not sure I would go back to teaching, but yeah.
But you're also super artistic. You have a creative mind. You're the one that can build things at the house. You're the one, like, that's something that, you know, I sometimes come home and I'm like, who put this table together? And you're like, me? I remember coming home the other day and you're like, swearing upstairs. You're like, this thing they forgot to send something. Oh my God. I'm like, what are you talking about? I run upstairs.
You were like, why don't you just get someone who assemble
I go, just call like TaskRabbit or something. And you're like, no, I can do it. So I think,
am definitely the more handier one at the house.
yeah, and that's once again going back to, you know, the family you grew up in and the household. Your dad has always been somewhat handy.
Yeah.
Which is where you get it from. But let's jump into, you know, more of the business side of, you know, being married to an entrepreneur, being married to me. What do you think is the hardest part about being married to a person who's building a business, to a founder, that people just don't see on Instagram?
I mean, like I said before, it's, you know, a lot of your time goes into building a business and being successful, and that comes with a lot. That comes with, you know, you on your phone, or like you.
The phone.
It's the phone.
It's the phone.
Yeah. You just, you know.
I'm not on my phone right now.
No, you're not. Your time, definitely your time, and also just being supportive through through all of it, even doing like client dinners or like going to big events or that has to do with, work. It's all part of the building the business and being who you are and being good at it.
What's one thing you've had to accept that probably won't ever change?
Your passion for work, for sure, in a good and bad way.
Think I'm obsessed?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little
It's
bit.
fine though. I said it's a good and a bad thing.
It is, for sure.
Yeah.
Work-life blur. Handling calls, negotiations, vacations. How do we handle turning off work? Because I do turn it off when I get back from the office. Like a couple weeks ago, we had dinner at the house. We ended up playing shuffleboard. We ended up,
Yeah.
you've seen the shift a little bit now from before.
I think for sure it's recently gotten a lot better. I think what we've gotten better at doing also
As
is...
a team, really, too.
Yeah, you and I is intentionally blocking out time. So like, this Wednesday, like we haven't had dinner together, for like example, we haven't had dinner as a family. I think I did this a couple weeks ago.
Last week, we made dinner together, we
like,
baked
we
cookies.
haven't sat down and eaten dinner as a family together. Like tomorrow,
Celtics playoffs too, babe. Like,
Yeah,
things get
of course.
crazy. I mean, RIP Celtics. That's another thing. I feel like you're a little happy they're out. But anyways,
No, stop it.
Just kidding.
But intentionally blocking out time to be like, tomorrow we're sitting down, you're coming home early, we're gonna cook dinner together, we're gonna sit at a table and we're gonna eat dinner as a family. And it's hard, not just because, of your inconsistent like schedule, like you coming home whenever or late or early, it's more everyone else in the house has schedules. Like the girls have sports until 7:30 sometimes, so it's getting everybody on the, intentionally blocking out time for everybody, including our 5-year-old daughter who also has plans. So
Sylvie.
So
Yeah.
I think we've definitely gotten better at purposefully blocking out time for all of us.
And I think you have to do that. Like, and I mentioned that to you. Like, we've had our ups and downs, and I think that, like, in regards to how do you balance all this, like that's
Yep.
what some people just
It's hard.
aren't like real with. They don't speak about it, and you have to like work on it. And if you don't work on it, it's like, I remember like 2 years ago we didn't even communicate about specific things. Like at one point, like I was doing my thing, you were doing your thing, and then like we'd be like, oh, how come I didn't know about that? Why didn't you tell me about
Kind of
that?
like passing ships almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's when we both like really,
And I think that we aren't the only ones that
No.
really struggle with this. I think that, you have job and then children and then it's our relationship.
our life,
And
like
then
how do we still
between-
get back to dating and like
it's
going
between
out?
jobs and then like after everything with the kids, I feel like our relationship gets the back burner until we're like, we haven't went on a date in like 5 months. Like this.
Do you want to go on a date this weekend?
Absolutely.
Okay, what day?
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Maybe Friday.
Yeah, I could do Friday.
Put it in your calendar. Where's Devin?
Okay, so yeah, it's crazy. It's like you look at, building a business and, cultivating a relationship and continuing to improve things. And, you have a foundation, but you have to keep on building it. Like I think for us, it's in any couple with young children, they really need to, not let the wood rot, not let the gutters go bad. You have to continue to give it attention.
Someone once asked me, I think, we went away for our 10-year anniversary, I think. One of our friends asked us, like, what advice would you give people who are not married after being married for 10 years? And I always say this, but you can never stop working on a relationship. Like we can never stop working on our marriage Or else, I mean, people change, things in life change. You get kids, it like blows up your entire life. You can't ever, you got to continue working on the relationship or it doesn't succeed. And I think that we both do a really good job at, you know, sometimes we fail, but we try. And
I wouldn't say we fail. I would say like,
fail, that's harsh.
It like takes a pause.
Yeah.
It takes a pause. There's a delay.
Yep.
We have to regroup.
Yep.
You know, I can say that this past year, or the past year and a half, has been, you know, the best place we've ever been. And that is, you know, because of both of us.
It takes work on both sides.
It takes work. You know, I don't think that I've ever been content about anything. And I like to just make sure that we continue to work on things for ourselves, for the girls, for everyone around us. This year, you know, you start to work on yourself. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that you've done. This is off topic, babe. You didn't even know this question was coming.
No.
So tell us a little bit about one thing that you've done.
Oh boy.
In the past year. I mean, you look fabulous, so people can probably tell already.
Oh, okay.
What's one thing that you've done in the last year that you didn't do 2 years ago or 3 years consistently?
Like go to the gym, you
Like go to the gym, babe. Like
yeah, I do.
Like what's that routine look like for you? Where do you go? What do you do?
I go. I have a trainer.
You want to give her a shout out?
Aurora, she's the best. She trains me out of CrossFit. I do not do CrossFit classes. She's been begging me to do that, but she trains me out of.
Do you think you will at some point?
No. When she sees this, she's going to be upset. But no.
You shutted her out, so you'll be fine. So you started doing that, and do you think that that's helped your routine and energy a little bit? Do you feel like it's really helped?
Absolutely. Yeah. And having someone keeping me accountable, because otherwise I probably wouldn't be doing it as consistently.
Good. That's awesome.
Yep.
I do love you, by the way, very much. I just want you to know that.
I love you too.
What's one thing? I'm definitely the worrier in the relationship, I would say.
Yep.
GAD, general anxiety disorder, worry, excessive worriness of something you can't control. Oh my God. What's something I worry about way too much that you have to woo-saw me?
The Celtics
Talk
winning
me
or
down.
losing?
No, come on. That's,
For sure.
I mean, that's.
A little bit. That's up there.
I mean, like real life.
That is real life.
Real life. What is something I worry about?
For real, I think you touched upon it a little bit. I think you being able to feel content, like you not doing enough.
About me not doing enough.
About you not doing enough in work, as a dad, as a husband. I think you're
giving myself grace, showing gratitude to myself.
Totally, and also just be happy, like with what you have, is something that I always have to remind you of, kind of.
Without a doubt,
Yeah.
You are so much more content than me.
Yes.
I remember one time, you and Manny are kind of the same in this sense. Like, you guys like look at me sometimes and you worry, like in a situation when something doesn't go right, like if there's a delay.
Oh gosh.
But like
we have to talk you off a ledge.
I remember one time we went to Nantucket, you and I, and we had a hotel. We're not going to talk about where it was. But we had a hotel room, and I think I paid like $1,500 a night or $1,000. I don't even remember what it was. But we check in. What happened?
Was this 4th of July weekend?
No, it wasn't a 4th of July weekend.
It was a busy weekend.
It was a busy weekend. It might have been Memorial Day. It might have been Labor. I don't remember what it was.
We got it last minute. I remember the room.
Yeah, don't mention the hotel. please.
They brought us down to the room, which was
Down to the room.
down, which was below level.
Below grade.
Below
It
level,
was in a
below,
basement.
like ground level. It was in the basement, right next to where the washer dryer was in the hotel. And the moment you started walking down the stairs, you smelled mold. And then we walked in.
The rug.
Yeah, we walked into the room, and George.
You were just laughing. You laugh when I'm like super uncomfortable, and like it's not like bad, but it's just like because you think it's like whatever.
You didn't have shoes on, and you were like, "What am I stepping in?" It was like squishy under your.
It's disgusting, and we didn't even have a closet.
No. And then didn't my ring fall in like the crevice of the floor or something? It was like the floors were falling apart, and I like lost my ring. We had someone come get it.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, but you and me, I was like, oh my God, he's gonna lose it on someone. I was laughing, but then
you would have stayed there and been like,
oh
fine.
yeah, I would have been fine.
Yeah, me
but
not.
I knew you were about to lose it, so I don't know what you did, but we left.
We got another hotel room somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you were like laughing about it, like it's all good.
I was trying to talk you down. I was like, this is fine. We're not even going to spend a lot of time here.
Babe, we're never going to be in the hotel room. Like,
yeah, you were like, absolutely not. And
speaking of hotel rooms, babe, when we go away, we get to the hotel, wherever, family vacation with the girls.
I think we need to have like a
toll.
We need to take a toll for this.
What's the one thing? What's the difference between what you do when we get there and what I do when we get there?
First of all, I pack like half a bag. Like me and the girls share a bag. And you bring like 3.5 bags for yourself.
One full bag and then a couple carry-ons.
No, false. You check in like 3.
I do not check. I've never checked in 3 bags in my life. I'd say a bag and maybe 2 if like, we just don't know what's going to happen. I always think, you know why, babe? I always think we're going to extend.
Yeah.
Maybe we're going to go from Nantucket to Europe. Just like, just out and like, just get impulsive and go.
That happens
That's why I
often
just want to
for
be
us.
prepared. That's all.
Yeah. Well, anyways, you put all the suitcases on the bed. You take everything out, and then you start unpacking.
Even if it's like 2 nights?
Yeah, even if it's one night. You put everything away. You use also, you don't even leave any hangers for me. You take up all the hangers.
I've got much better at that.
Yes. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter because I just leave all my stuff in the suitcase.
And then you just steam it before. Is this wrinkly? Babe, how's this look? But babe, you can afford to have a wrinkly dress because you got everything else going for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Like me, I have to like really dress the part. I don't have any room for error. You have plenty of room for error.
Well, to answer your question, I'm already in my bathing suit, like 3 seconds within.
Yeah, you're like, I gotta go to the pool.
Yeah,
babe,
I'm like, we are wasting the sun time. We gotta get out of here.
We could be there for 7 days, and you're gonna be like, babe, we only have literally 186 hours left.
I'm like, the UV index is going down. We gotta get outside.
Oh God. All right, parenthood, fatherhood.
But I feel like that's a serious question. Like some people, it's like 50-50 with the answer to that question. People love unpacking, and then some people just live out of their suitcase.
Being a dad is probably one of the hardest things, I do. Like being a father, that's the hardest job, no question. And I know for all the parents out there whose kids are 10 and 15 or they have teenagers, I get it. What's the one thing we always hear?
It gets easier?
No. Wait till you have you're gonna have bigger problems. They all say.
Yeah.
Right now.
Some people do say it gets easier, but.
Yeah, I feel like it gets.
But the bigger the kid, the bigger the problem.
I feel like the age people say it gets easier is like the 10 to 15 or 10 to 13 or 9 to 12 range.
I don't know what having 2 girls if that is what's gonna happen, but we'll
but
figure
it's
that
tough
out when it gets there.
You're an amazing mother. I've said it, and I'll continue to say it. Let's talk about me being a father. Mm-hmm. What's one thing I'm good at as a dad, and what's the one thing I need to improve?
I think with you do a very, very good job with making sure that you show up for the girls in any way that you can. So never missing a sporting event, making sure you, like, Sylvie has kindergarten, what's it called? Kindergarten orientation tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm told you really don't have to go to that, but you really want to go to that. So just carving out.
I believe I went to Isabel's, so.
I think so. So making sure that you carve out time to spend some time with them and share your passions with them. So, you know, you love taking them to go to to play basketball. That's something that you loved and still love doing. So you make sure that you share everything that you love with them, which is really nice.
Taking them to see houses.
Yeah, to open houses, yeah.
Isabel's always like, Dad, is that red brick or what's under there? Dad, is that stucco?
No, she doesn't.
Swear to God, she said stucco once.
You really?
She asked me about a house that I took her to, and she's like, what is this? I was like, it's stucco. And she remembered it. It's one thing I'm good at. What's one thing I can improve on?
Well, we've touched on this earlier. I think your...
The stupid phone.
Yes.
I'm going to keep coming back to this phone this entire episode.
You being present, but I also really like that Isabel is starting to call you out on it.
2 against 1 now.
It's 2 against 1.
Sylvie's
We'll get Sylvie there. We'll get Sylvie there.
It's going to take some time.
Stop it.
How do we handle balance between our relationship, my job, and the girls? We kind of touched on this as well, but I think we've got much better at it because you said, like, we're blocking things off.
Yes.
Like, what else do you think? Like, how else do you think we're handling it? And how do you think, how do you recommend anyone who, is struggling? Like, how can you, provide some value to the parents that just had their first baby or parents that are struggling on balancing? There's no secret sauce, but like some tips.
No, and I'm by far do not have any of the answers here, but from our experience, I think communication was a huge thing for us that
100%.
kind of lacked on.
Yeah.
I think
we were going with the flow.
Yeah.
We even now have that, the calendar in the kitchen.
It was kind of, we were going with the flow and just kind of dealing with whatever happens as it comes. Not really planning anything for ourselves, not planning anything for our family, not just kind of taking what's coming and doing it, but then just like, I don't know, we were just going with the flow, I guess.
Who's more of the planner in the relationship?
You, for sure. I am not a planner at all. I'm going to just go with the flow. I'm very good at that.
Yeah.
Going with the flow.
Yeah, very good, right? Yeah, very good.
But just communication is a huge thing. And I keep using the kids as an excuse, but life gets busy. It gets messy. It gets chaotic. And you just kind of lose sense of where everything's going sometimes.
Especially when you have 2 soccer games, a soccer game, a dance competition, 2 birthday parties, and
all in one day.
And Dad has 7 showings.
Yeah. Yeah. So
like, what are we doing? Like, and sometimes I've had to literally cancel things.
Yeah.
And I have, because it's just impossible. I mean, you're also like, we gotta shout out your parents.
We have a lot of support,
your
which
sisters.
is very nice.
That's
Yeah.
another thing. How important do you think it is to have that support system around you, and how lucky do you feel? How lucky are we to have?
I mean, we are very lucky, very, very lucky. And I give all the props to people, parents and families who do not have that support, because
Facts.
I can't even imagine
Facts. I completely agree.
how they do it. Like they're have superpowers. I don't know, but we are very, very lucky that we have the support that we have, because it takes a village.
It does take a village. Yeah. Shout out RBTV. Takes a village. Yeah. What is one survival skill every CEO wife needs to keep the household from collapsing?
Wine.
Why not?
Wine.
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 Come on.
Pinot Noir specifically.
I like flowers. That's
Yeah, it's a very good
that's
bottle.
really good.
Yeah.
What else?
Patience. Organization.
Patience, organization.
Yeah. And lots of wine.
And going with the flow.
And going with the flow.
Going with the flow. Planning.
Yeah, that goes under the organization. Yep.
Okay.
For sure.
All right.
And understanding. There's a huge understanding piece there. It's necessary.
Which one of our two beautiful daughters, who I love and adore, has some of my tendencies?
Isabel, no question about it.
What does my mom say? What would my mom say?
What does your mom say? Copy paste.
Copy paste of George. Isabel is copy paste.
She looks like you. She acts like you. She has your mannerisms.
Give me some. Give some examples of what she does that I do, and
Oh, can I tell the bed one?
no, sure,
Well-
sure. You can tell about it. Yeah.
So this actually goes back to what you asked earlier about things that people don't know about you. Kinda. George is a very.
I like to clear my throat a lot.
So it takes him. He's very specific in the way that he falls asleep, and it takes him a very long time to fall asleep.
Couple twists, couple
You need
turns.
I
hug a pillow.
Your pillows need to be in the same exact spot every time, every night, every time you go to bed. The blanket has to be a certain height on your chest, and then you do this weird routine where you start on your back and then you I don't know if you subconsciously do this, but then 20 seconds later you're time to go on my.
I go left, I go
And
right,
then you switch, and then you go back to this side. And then after his third switch, he eventually will fall asleep. But it has to be 3 switches. It's very bizarre.
Yes, it does. I don't get it either.
But then
Sometimes I'm so tired on the one
I know,
side.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
But then you're oh,
But we're
it's
supposed
so
to
hot in here.
But we're supposed to talk about Isabel.
I'm getting to Isabel. So Isabel, she'll either need me or George to fall asleep, to lay down and read her story, or she listens to an audiobook or something. More than half the time that I'm laying next to her, she's literally she's moving from left to right, and then she's kicking the blankets off. She's I'm so hot, I'm so uncomfortable, Mom. I'm this is literally your dad. You are copy paste, as Fids would say. You just everything. She's always hot and bothered, like you, kind of.
Oh my God. What about Sylvie? I mean, I would say more like Sylvana than you, but
I think Sylvie has more of me than you, for sure.
she's very artistic.
Yeah,
She loves creating.
she does. Yeah, I mean, although Isabel does
Oh,
too.
Isabel definitely has your
Yeah.
smarts, no question.
Yeah, she's pretty smart.
She has your smarts,
Isabel,
without a doubt.
I mean, Sylvie has a lot more of my patience, though. She will sit there and do a puzzle with me for a long time.
Isabel's I'm over this.
Absolutely not.
Next
She's
shiny
on to
object.
the next thing. Yeah, yeah.
Which one of our kids do you think, if you could choose today to take over this business one day, who do you think it would be?
Oh, I don't know how to answer that. I mean, honestly, both. I mean, I feel like they both offer their own strengths, you know? And they're still so young. They have so much learning and growing, and I feel like we don't fully know them yet either.
That's
they
very
have
true.
so many.
Isabel said she's wanted to be a teacher, a basketball player,
Yeah.
a doctor. Sylvie just wants to be the dancing queen,
Exactly. She just wants to dance and have fun.
dance and have fun,
Yeah.
which is
so-
scary sometimes. But yeah,
Which she's more like me for sure in that sense too. She likes music and having fun and dancing, and not saying that you don't, but
I remember one time you and I were in Barcelona.
with the kids.
No, just you and I. We went twice. Once this is
without them.
This is, we didn't have kids. This is no kids, George and Jovie were in Barcelona. And you, speaking about dancing, you wanted to dance, but you wanted Spanish music.
I know.
You wanted that like cultural Spanish
We're like,
music.
who knew Barcelona was so westernized?
And everywhere we go, we're like, you were just like, who has Spanish music? And everyone would go, it's like top 40, house music, hip hop.
I was so disappointed.
And you were everywhere we went, you just couldn't get it.
I know. I never got it.
That's another thing about you too, is like whenever we go away, you want to explore.
I do. And you don't.
What do I want to do?
Sit on the beach.
Yeah. You like to sit on the beach too
I do,
sometimes.
but like if I'm in Barcelona, I want to like see the city.
Oh, whoa, I get it. You talk about planning. We planned. You say you're the planner. Like I go with the flow. So this just shows that you're capable of being the best planner.
I choose
See, sometimes
not
you
to.
make it like, oh, babe, I just can't do it.
No.
But we went to
can do it.
Italy.
I'm not very good at it.
We
though.
went to Italy, and you had a whole itinerary.
I know, but I had help with that. I didn't
for
do
the
that on my own.
week, and you crushed it.
Yeah.
Every single place we went to was awesome. So don't use it as an excuse that you're
I
not
had
capable.
help with that
You can
itinerary.
get help planning here too, you know.
Okay.
What else is something that most people don't know about me, that they don't see on social media, that they don't see on the website?
I think your big heart, and in feeling bad for people a lot. Like one time at basketball, there was this little girl who was like, I don't know if she hurt herself or did she hurt herself?
No, she was just. I think she was, because basketball has an age range when I was coaching. I think
Was she on the younger side?
She was
of
on
the
the younger
basketball?
side,
Yeah.
but she was on the smaller side as well. And I just felt so
She
bad.
was crying. She didn't want her
She
mom
couldn't
to
like
leave, and she couldn't reach. She couldn't reach the ball to the hoop.
So every time she would shoot, I like put it up for her, and Isabel was over there, but I was see you later, Isabel.
You took a lot of your time that practice to make her feel
I just wanted to boost her confidence.
I know, which was really sweet, and she did. She went up and played.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. So I mean, I wish that social media could see more of that side of you.
Babe, this has been awesome. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun.
And thanks for not embarrassing me too much.
I could go on.
No. We'll do another episode, don't worry. But to end every episode, we like to unlock the legacy. Jovie, you've been there for the entire ride. When the girls look back at what we've built together, what do you want them to say about how they would remember us as parents, individuals, and a couple?
That's a loaded question.
And you're going to answer it.
As parents, I want them to remember coming home and being part of a household that feels safe and warm and supportive. Knowing that they had two parents that, had their back throughout every phase of their life. I hope they can feel the amount of love always that we have for them now and later and when we're not here anymore. So as parents, that's what I hope they can remember or they take with them. As individuals, I hope they see our ambition, mainly your ambition. I hope they have your ambition. Not giving up. Keep doing their best, no matter what life's thrown at them. Seeing that we are able to do that and having them take that. And then as a couple, I want them to see two people who really love each other, who never stop working on their relationship, and who provide so much love for me and you, each other, and for them. And then having them be able to take that love that we have and shape the rest of their life with it.
I love that. That was really fun. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I loved having you.
It was really fun.
And I love you.
I love you.
Have a kiss.